The bow was easily the Mongols' most important weapon. The medieval English longbow had a pull of 75 pounds and a range up to 250 yards. But the smaller flex composite bows used by the Mongols had a pull of between 100 and 160 pounds and a range of over 350 yards. The Mongols' bow was made from layers of horn and sinew on a wooden frame and covered with waterproof lacquer. Unstrung, it was shaped like 3/4 of a circle, but when strung, the outer curve of the circle bent towards its center to form the front of the bow, making a double curve with the ears at either end bending away from the archer. The layer nearest the archer was horn, and the layer furthest from him was sinew. The string was more taut than on a longbow, and when it was released, the horn would snap back to its original shape, and the stretched sinew would contract, shooting the arrow faster and with more power than a bow made of wood. The velocity was further increased by the difficult technique known as the Mongolian thumb lock. The string was drawn back by a stone ring worn on the right thumb, which released it more suddenly than the fingers. In his quivers, a soldier carried arrows for every purpose: long-range arrows and short-range arrows, 3-foot armor-piercing arrows with tips that had been hardened by being plunged into salt water when they were red-hot, whistling arrows for signaling and identifying targets, incendiary arrows, and arrows tipped with tiny grenades. He could bend and string his bow in the saddle by placing one end between his feet and the stirrup, and he would shoot in any direction at full gallop, carefully timing his release to come between the paces of his horse so that his aim would not be deflected as the hooves pounded the ground.